D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my week in review, where I come to you every Sunday with 3 entertainment stories that I personally find interesting, and then we discuss them down below. Now, also down below, you can find the articles that I've read to bring you this video, and you can read them for yourself, or you can just listen to this video where I'm going to read it out loud to you. Also, before I get started, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we always get shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. So now that we got that out of the way, why don't we go ahead and get started on these 3 stories? And they all have a theme of Marvel. So why don't we just go ahead and get started on this? So for my first story of the week, so this comes from Deadline, my favorite. And it says, Daredevil Born Again, Michael Gandolfini joins Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio in Disney Plus series. And that is James Gandolfini's son. Let me read this article because it tells you who he's playing and everything. Yeah, okay. So Michael Gandolfini, the Many Saints of Newark, is set for a major role opposite Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio in Daredevil Born Again, which I'm quite excited about. Yeah, Marvel's upcoming revival series on Disney Plus, sources tell Deadline. Ooh. It says written. So it says written, sorry, I lost my place. Written and executive produced by Covert Affairs creators Matt Corman and Chris Ord. I have not seen Covert Affairs, but it lasted a while, so you know, they must have a thing going on. The new installment centers around Cox's title character, Daredevil, otherwise known by name Matt Murdock, who is an attorney by day and crime fighter by night. D'Onofrio reprises his role as mob boss Wilson Fisk, aka Kingpin. Details about Gandolfini's character are being kept under wraps. It's possible he's playing an ambitious guy from Staten Island, referred to as Liam. Reps for Marvel and Gandolfini had no comment. So let's real quick. I have to say something else about that in just 1 second. Gandolfini played the younger version of Tony Soprano in The Many Saints of Newark, a role made famous by his father, the late James Gandolfini. He was recently seen in Paramount Plus limited series The Offer and in the feature film Cherry. And upcoming will be seen in Apple TV Plus. That's such a long name. Extrapolations? I think that's how you say that, if I could read. He recently wrapped production on Susan Fogel's psychological thriller Cat Person, Ari Aster's Disappointment Boulevard. Man, there's so many things here. It doesn't even matter. Okay, so he's all this. The 18-episode season of Daredevil Born Again is slated to premiere in 2024, 4 years after the original Daredevil series ended its run on Netflix after 3 seasons. Now, first things first. From what I'm hearing is that he is playing, let me just come down to this little thing. Okay. He is actually playing Kingpin's son. And that was, I read that on Grace Randolph's Twitter account, that he's playing Kingpin's son. And I think that that's fantastic. I think that's a great idea. I mean, yeah, if you remember in Into the Spider-Verse, you know, they had his son in there and his wife and everything, and they died. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen that movie, but it's been out for years. And then in the Netflix show, he just had his wife or whatnot. I did like the Netflix show. Season 2 was probably my least favorite, but I thought season 2 was pretty good. I would say season 1 is my favorite, but I really did like season 3 too. It was really, really good. I wish they would have been able to keep going with it. I just think, but and a lot of the stuff in Born Again has already been done in that series, so it makes me wonder if they're going to be able to do it. And I really hope that they do it more mature than they have with the Marvel stuff, just because that story is such a darker story that I think they really need to do that. I mean, I want to see what's her face, the redhead. I want to see her, you know, sucking dick for cocaine and stuff. And I want to, you know, all that good stuff. I think it'll be really good. So, yeah, so good for Michael Gandolfini for getting this role. I mean, it looks like he's doing a spectacular job in his career, and he's getting all these roles, and I hope it continues for him. And, James Gandolfini, may he rest in peace. So that is my first story of the week. So for my second story of the week, and this also comes from Deadline, my favorite, it says, Loki, Kate Dickie, part of season 2 cast of Disney Plus series. All right, so there she is. It says Game of Thrones alumni Kate Dickie has joined the season 2 cast of Disney Plus series Loki. Sources tell Deadline. Now, if you don't remember her, she was the mother slash she was married to the Baratheon, the older Baratheon. What was his name? Like Stannis Baratheon. She was married to him, and they had the daughter with the gray scale, if you remember. It doesn't matter. Anyways, so starring Tom Hiddleston, Loki is set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe adjacent world in which the god of mischief is a fish out of water when he lands in trouble with the bureaucratic TVA. Sorry, I just need some little libation. TVA, the Time Variance Authority. After absconding with the Tesseract, details about Dickie's character are being kept under wraps, but I hear she is playing a villain. Ooh, dun dun dun. Production on season 2 of the breakout hit series has been completed. Loki season 2 cast also includes Owen Wilson, Juju Mbatha-Raw, Sophia Di Martino, it's got a lot of people in it. Okay. Gosh, I hate when they go through the whole cast just to get more words on a page. Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead direct and exclusive produce season 2. Eric Martin is the head writer and executive producers, along with Hiddleston and Michael Waldron. I think Michael Waldron might be out considering the next story. But anyways, Scottish actor Dickie is known for her roles as Liza Aaron. Oh no, she was Liza Aaron. I was wrong. I was totally wrong. Game of Thrones, and Lex in BBC's Tinseltown. Who was the woman that played his wife then? But they're right. She did play Liza Aaron. I'm so dumb. Anyways, Summer Camp Island, Annika and Small Axe, a lot of movies. Doesn't even matter. Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. Was she in The Last Jedi? Where I wonder where she was in The Last Jedi. I don't remember her in there. And then she's wrapped by some fun people. Okay, so I will be honest with you, I don't even know who she could be playing in terms of villains go, because the MCU, I mean, they're getting down to the villains. I mean, if she's playing the real representation of the Enchantress, that'll suck because she's not pretty enough. No offense to her. I have nothing against her. She's a fine actress, but the Enchantress has to be super hot, and they haven't picked anybody that's hot to play that character. I'll tell you right now, even if it's female Loki that's supposed to be the Enchantress, it's I don't think so. She's not hot enough. But in terms of villains, I honestly have no idea who she could be playing, because I'm just you guys, and people are like, avoid spoilers. And I'm like, why? Why would I do that? I want all the spoilers. But yeah, no, good for her. I think this is a good get. I don't think it's going to be a good season. I personally didn't care for season 1. I thought it was not very good, and the payout wasn't good. And for this, I'm not, this season, I'm not excited for it. But I will be watching and covering it, because that's what I do. I cover Marvel. So, but yeah, I just, good for her. And we'll see who she's playing. Hopefully it's a good role and a good character. All right, so that's my second story of the week. So for my third and final story of the week, and this one I find the most interesting. It says, Marvel reportedly unhappy with Phase 4, considering major changes to Phase 5-6 slate. This comes from the Direct. And I find this interesting because I'm like, oh, you didn't like how season 4 went down? Shocker. Considering the fact everything in there pretty much sucked. So it says Marvel Studios could be making some massive changes to their Phase 5 and Phase 6 lineups after the negative reception to some of the content in Phase 4. You don't say. There's no denying that the first new phase of MCU content post Avengers Endgame has mixed. I don't think so. While projects like Black Panther: Wakanda Forever and Spider-Man: No Way Home were widely praised, not by this content creator. Far From Home was good. or No Way Home. Sorry, No Way Home was good, but if you would have taken out the two Spider-Men, I don't know if you could have made that movie good. Like it had its problems, but again, that movie's good and it made $1 billion. Even with the whole post-pandemic thing going on, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is trash. Yeah. Movies such as Eternals and Thor: Love and Thunder missed the mark for many. No, for all. Those movies sucked. I'm sorry. If you like those movies, I don't understand how you could like those movies. I mean, like, you can like some of the stuff in the movies, but overall, those movies are pure garbage. Like, The Eternals is my, like, least favorite Marvel movie. It's so stupid. Many feel that this is due to Marvel Studios and Disney's focus on quantity over quality. I mean, maybe that, and there's an agenda, especially when it comes to the utilizing D plus as a storytelling tool. Nearly all those new MCU shows had reactions ranging all over the place, with She-Hulk Attorney at Law, garbage, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, garbage, taking the brunt of the negativity. Yeah, because they were garbage. You get negativity when you put out nonsense. Like, don't make up excuses for them. They put out trash. You get what you put out there. So I'm sorry. If you're going to put out junk, I'm going to give you junk. Anyways, now following the lukewarm reception to Phase 4 and the firing of former Disney CEO Bob Chapek, Marvel Studios is looking to make some changes. Well, I mean, and we have to be honest, though, Bob Chapek did not put the Phase 4 into motion. That was Kevin Feige, and then, Bob Iger was overseeing that. So listen, Bob Chapek, I have no love for the man or hate for him, but we can't blame him for decisions that he went through with that Bob Iger set up, and Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige is making a lot of bad decisions here. MCU Multiverse Saga shuffle on the way. So you can see here they have some stuff going on here. Like Quantumania is next. Secret Invasion. I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to Secret Invasion, but I don't know if it's going to be any good. I'm pretty sure it won't be. I haven't, like I said before, I have not liked anything from that they put out post Endgame except for Spider-Man No Way Home, and then Hawkeye was pretty good. I'm looking forward to Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Echo can shove off. The rest of these, Blade, I don't know. Blades, I was excited for Blade, and then they had all this crap go down. Now I'm all like, I don't know. Daredevil, I'm looking forward to, as long as they do a good job into the source material, then I think that would work. And then Thunderbolts could be good, but we'll see. I don't know. They can mess that up. In terms of this, I am looking forward to Fantastic Four, Avengers, Kang Dynasty, and Secret Wars. But again, I don't know if they can pull it off. I don't know. They're talking about Michael Kugler for Secret Wars or Kang Dynasty, and I'm all like, did you guys see Wakanda Forever? It was garbage, and Black Panther 1 was not that great. I mean, come on. I mean, it was fine, but it wasn't that great. Anyways, a new report from the Cosmic Circus sources reveal how Marvel Studios might be facing some big changes after Bob Iger's return as CEO at Disney and the negative feedback Phase 4 has received from fans and critics. Many believe that 2 years of Marvel content have been lukewarm and that the studio is prioritizing quantity over quality. And we're seeing this over at Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers made that distinction. They're like, we're going to focus on quality, not quantity. And I was like, that's good. Yeah. According to the Cosmic Circus and the outlet's sources, Marvel themselves have picked up on those worries about the overall approach of Phase 4. So now, as a preemptive measure to assure quality control, both Marvel and Disney are reevaluating the future releases of Phase 5 and beyond that are not already in production. You guys should have thought about this before. I don't feel bad for them at all. They did this to themselves. Their sources say that Marvel Studios is hoping to hammer in a quality over quantity take. How many times are they going to write that in this article? Geez, OP. A quality over quantity take on its future projects to avoid the issues it faced in Phase 4. They note that one move behind considered by Marvel and Disney is to develop a sort of creative oversight on the MCU's future releases in the order to establish more quality control moving forward. Oh, goodness. Sorry. The Cosmic Circus also reiterated how they heard that special presentations are gaining more traction behind the scenes as a medium to deliver more potential projects moving forward. Yeah, those special presentations, those holiday specials, I love both of them. I loved Werewolf by Night, and I loved the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. That was really, really good. And it was short, it was sweet. I liked it. I also Werewolf by Night was really good too. I liked that a lot, but I liked the holiday special with the Guardians of the Galaxy way better. It was really, really good. All right. Where was I? It's worth noting that even with any changes, Phase 5 is likely to contain a similar amount of releases to Phase 4, assuming nothing already announced is outright canceled. The important thing is that fans shouldn't expect Marvel Studios to start increasing its output even more than the studio is currently doing. What will change for Phase 5, Phase 6? After hearing that news, there's likely one question running through the mind: what changes should be expected? Okay, let's keep going. As Cosmic Circus pointed out, any outright cancellations of Disney Plus series or theatrical movies are unlikely. Shifts in format are more probable, such as the rumor of Nova shifting from series to special presentations, or Armor Wars going from show to movie. Now, I think Armor Wars moved from show to movie. This is why I think it happened, okay? Because Blade they had to start all over with Blade. They're like, crap, we have to start all over with Blade. So what they did was they're like, what can we do? And they're like, well, we have this Armor Wars show. Why don't we take out all of the nonsense? And those shows have a lot of nonsense in them. Why don't we condense it down to 2 hours and make it a movie? And they're like, yes, go. That's why I think that they did that. I think that they just reconfigured Armor Wars from a show to a TV because they needed something to fill that slot that Blade was going to go into. And I say, yeah, fill that slot. Anyways, looking ahead into 2024, only 2 series are known: Agatha, Coven of Chaos, and Daredevil Born Again. Charlie Cox's show even has 18 episodes, meaning that it will run for a good chunk of the year. Past that, the only 2 projects that seem to still be in the works as shows are Vision Quest and Wonder Man currently. I don't think either one of those is going to be that good, but we'll see. I haven't liked any of the Marvel shows except for pretty much Hawkeye. Hawkeye was pretty good. I mean, they did some stuff that I didn't like, but whatever. Anyways, and currently it isn't known if they'll be a part of Phase 5 or Phase 6. It's hard to pinpoint if this will lead to fewer shows overall or just fewer new IPs. For example, while there might not be as many newly introduced series, there will be more space for Marvel to explore second seasons for characters such as Ms. Marvel or Moon Knight. I hope not. Both those shows sucked. With how much content Marvel Studios has access to, some might not be able to help but feel that the MCU won't be able to build everything it needs to in time for Avengers Secret Wars. No, you don't say. Whatever happens, this is a good move for Marvel Studios. Phase 4 was a mixed bag. It was not a mixed bag. It was trash for many. And a reevaluation like this should help assure fans that the company cares about the final products it pushes out the door. The next MCU project, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, is set to hit theaters on February 17th, 2023, and I will be watching that. Okay, so I listen. First off, don't feel bad. Let me go to this thing because this is really cool. I'll just go back up here. I don't feel bad for them at all. They did this. Marvel and Disney did this to themselves. They have no one to blame but themselves. In terms of Phase 4 was pure trash. It was just trash. It was garbage. Yeah, nonsense. In terms of them, what can they get rid of? Hold on, I'll tell you what they should just get rid of. What I would get rid of. I mean, I'd get rid of Echo, not needed. I'd get rid of Ironheart, so not needed. Nobody cares about that character. I'm telling you right now, she sucked in that movie, and the show's gonna suck. I'll tell you that right now. And then the rest, I mean, they've already done season 2 of Loki, but I would have got rid of that. Yeah, so I think everything else is pretty good to go. Yeah, those are both fine. I just think that they need to stop focusing. They need to stop putting out so much nonsense. Like if you watch, like for instance, I'll just use Miss Marvel and She-Hulk. It just seems like they were, and Moon Knight, they were just put together so sloppily. Like you're just like, what's going on here? They were sloppy. It was a big mess. And it's just like, why are you guys like She-Hulk? The CGI was terrible. I mean, I personally just like, I don't know, man. Marvel needs to get their shit together because it just, I don't know, man. Their stuff just sucks now. It just sucks. And you know what gets me is I used to love all their stuff. I used to be so excited for Marvel when they came out. Not anymore. I mean, what is it? Mark Waldron? Is that Michael Waldron? Say goodbye to him. Bye, Michael Waldron. You're getting fired because nobody likes your shit. Your shit sucks. Because didn't him and Sam Raimi, didn't they write Doctor Strange 2, but they said they didn't watch WandaVision, and I'm like, what? How do you not watch that? That's another thing. You got what's her face, Jack Schaefer, who wrote WandaVision, but yet said she never read the source material because she doesn't know how to read comic books. I'm like, what is going on with these creators that you're hiring, Kevin Feige? They're dumb. They don't know. They don't watch the previous projects to bone up for this and make everything make sense. They don't know how to read the source material because they're stupid. And yet you're giving them jobs. You're letting them fail upwards. I'm sorry. I'd be like, no, I want you out. I'm like, this is an allegory for your emotions. Get the hell out of here. Nobody came here for this nonsense. I just think it's just like, just a nonsensical. I'm glad if they are doing these changes, this little change up and everything, good. But something tells me that they're not going to. They're just saying they're going to or whatnot. All right, you guys, that was my third and final story. Tell me, what do you guys think about all of this? How do you feel about Michael Gandolfini, James Gandolfini's son? May he rest in peace. How do you feel about him joining Daredevil Born Again? Do you think he's going to be playing this Liam character, or is that code for Kingpin's son? And how, if he is playing Kingpin's son, how do you feel about him playing Kingpin's son? I think that's interesting, and I'm down for it. I'm down with the sickness, my dude. Tell me, how do you feel about Kate Dickie joining Loki season 2? And do you think she's going to be playing the villain like Deadline says? Or do you think she's playing a different character and they're just lying and their sources suck? And what villain do you think she's going to be playing? I don't have anything off the top of my head. I've been trying to think about it ever since I read this article, but I haven't really thought of anything. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. And then how do you feel about Marvel shaking things up with their phase 5 and phase 6? And what do you think that they should do? Do you think they need to, they're focusing on quality over quantity, but what do you think they should do with 5 and 6? Like, I think they need to get rid of the nonsense that they've been doing with this whole matriarchy thing. It's not working. Nobody's interested in that. And I do think that there's too much output. There's too many shows that are low in quality, in my opinion. And that's all across the board. I'm talking visual effects, writing, choreography, stunts, all that stuff. Everything is just bad. And I think that they need to do an overhaul and just be like, all right, we need to focus here. And do you have any suggestions of how they could do that? Tell me what you guys think about all of this. You can go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on my next week in review. You guys have a good week. Bye.
Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that Geek What icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my week in review.